What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. Now, my previous one involved a low-level route in the south of Turkey, which I proclaimed to be the best low-level route in all of DCS. Now, one of you in the comments has mentioned a place called the Darial Gorge in the Caucasus map, which I've actually never flown over, and I thought, you know what, I'll go and check it out. And after I checked it out, I was actually kind of blown away. Now, with the new textures on the Caucasus map, which they've updated, like I think in the last update, and with the new clouds, as you guys can see right now, it's freaking amazing. It's actually now my favorite low-level route. So I actually take back what I said. The south of Turkey is pretty good, but this is freaking awesome. And obviously, for those of you guys that don't own the Syria map, Caucasus map is free. So here it is. Now, let me tell you the premise of what is going on right now and how we're going to fly through this gorge, the Darial Gorge, and I'm going to show you and explain to you what's going on. We'll have a look at it and see what all the hype is about. So first of all, we're in Su-25. We are working as a pair. I've got an AI wingman today. It's 2008. It's the Russia-Georgia war. We're in a pair of Su-25s that have just performed some close air support in the north of Georgia, and we're now trying to go back across the border, which I'll show you right now. So this is the border between Russia and Georgia. We're heading back to Mozdok, which is the Russian air base over here on the north side. We're currently on the Georgian side. Tbilisi is down there, so we want to try and get as far, as low down as we possibly can, evade any surface-to-air missiles that the Georgians might have, and we're basically dropping down in this, the Darial Gorge. Then we'll proceed northbound via that, essentially, kind of valley, out over Vladikavkaz, and then northbound in to join a visual circuit procedure that we have on the kneeboard for Stock. So let's have a look where we are. Now, as you can see, the weather is kind of interesting. We have clouds over here. This is where essentially the valley is turning into that Darial Gorge, and as you can see, it's going to be pretty tricky. So we're going to try and navigate our way through in between the clouds somehow, get down there, and escape any surface-to-air missiles that might get fired onto us from our 6. We have 2 good starts. You're clear to disconnect the headset. We'll see you on the left with the pin. Thanks a lot. All right. So let's navigate our way down into the gorge if we can. Keep the speed a bit closer to 800, so we'll just speed up a little bit. Get number 2 to drop back. Go trail. Right, can we drop into the valley here? Nope. Looks a bit dangerous. Looks a little bit dangerous. Isn't this freaking amazing now with the clouds? Just look at the effects of the clouds. It's almost like fog or something. I know it's not meant to be fog, and they will integrate fog in with the clouds, but isn't this just freaking amazing? Right, it is a bit too dodgy to get through this layer, I would say. So let's just keep going. See if we can find a gap. We can kind of just about see underneath. Want to maintain VMC if we can. Speed up a bit more. Yeah, follows through to the left here. So you gotta be very careful. See high terrain just beneath us here. Very easy to go. Oh, just pop through the clouds. Yeah, and then you find yourself on the side of a hill. Right, let's switch to the next waypoint. Where are we going? That looks about right. Right, looking for a way in somehow. Speed 700, okay. once you're down there, you're all good, but trying to find your way in, it's not so easy. Alright, here we go. Something's opening up. Wow, I just love these effects now. And I gotta admit, wow, just tell me that's not freaking amazing. And I gotta say that the trees on the Caucasus map are still by far my favorite relative to the Syria map, just because, like, look how dense it is, and it's just like a proper forest. I mean, it just looks, you know, it just looks so much better. Once everything in Syria is like trees perfectly spaced apart, about, you know, like 10 feet apart everywhere. Whereas here, you kind of have a feeling of you're actually flying through a sort of forested area. And by the way, are we in the right place? We might be in the wrong place. Okay, it's time to start looking where the hell we are, because I think we are a bit lost. Where are we? Ah, there's the road. Good. Right. Come on, SU-25. Fully loaded. Well, not fully loaded, but a couple of tanks and a couple of rocket pods, and this thing is struggling. So 4K textures in the mountains now, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this is where we were supposed to be. I got a little bit lost. That's fine. We'll dive it down. Ah, look at this. This is the business. The Su-25. Out of all the aircraft in DCS, there's only a couple which, wow, look at that, isn't that amazing? It's almost, I know it's not supposed to be fog, but it really does look like some sort of radiation fog or something. It looks amazing. And then you have like the sunlight coming through and some side, like hitting the side of the mountain. Ah, man, this is dope. This is dope. So yeah, here we are in the Darial Gorge now. And yeah, I mean, it's freaking ace. Okay, can almost switch to the next waypoint actually. But yeah, as I was saying, out of all the aircraft in DCS, the Su-25 is actually one of my favorite in terms of I think it being closer to real life than most others in terms of its feel. It really speaks to you. Yeah, it's a big, not, well, it's relatively big, it's not that big, but it's a heavy jet. You know, it's a bit lethargic, takes ages to respond, but it's a proper airplane, you know. There's no fly-by-wire. You gotta put in some rudder as you turn, and then keep it coordinated, and then you have let's look at the views, look at the views. I know I said this is supposed to be wartime and stuff. We probably should be looking out for like Stinger missiles and all sorts, but you know, this is, it just looks too good. Just enjoy the scenery. But yeah, it's heavy and lethargic, and it just feels like a proper airplane. It gives you so much response and feedback, and you know, it shakes a little bit here and there, and it just has a kind of hefty feel to it, to the controls and to how it responds. Wow. Damn. Oh my god, this is ace. Yeah, this is ace. Right, can we actually squeeze through underneath that cloud layer? Because if we go above it, I got a funny feeling we're not gonna find a gap to get down under. But let's see. Right, let's keep the speed up. We can always punch through, go up high if we need to. But yeah, we should be able to go underneath, no problem. Sweet. It's a little bit quick, shaking a little bit. But that's fine. Much faster than the A10 anyway. with the A10, you'd literally be... it'd take you an extra half an hour to fly this route. But yeah, Su-25 and Mirage 2000 are two of my absolute favorites in terms of flight dynamics and how they feel, or at least what I think they should feel and how they perform. Most other aircraft have some sort of quirks or something that they do where I always go, that won't happen in real life. Oh, you know, this doesn't happen, or that should perform a bit differently. And you know, even aircraft that I really like, such as the F5, which I think is pretty good, but you know, it definitely has some stuff that just, I think the real one is just different. But the Su-25 really feels like this is the way it would be in real life. And just look at that. Wow. So here is the city of Vladikavkaz, which we can start climbing over and head towards Mozdok. Bring up the visual approach chart for Mozdok. So we'll be aiming to land runway 26. It's a bit of a westerly wind today. So as you can see, we're aiming for a artificial lake there, just on the right of the chart, and from there 296 inbound for the initial runway 26. It's going to be visual, and this is the way the Russians do it, so that's the way it's going to happen. No overhead brakes here. And it says 2,500 feet maximum. It's about 830 meters. So obviously the Su-25 is in meters, so we're going to be doing it in meters. Currently at 1,500. Although I wonder if that is AGL. It doesn't really say. If it is AGL, of course, then we might be a little bit off, but we'll make it work in a realistic fashion. So anyway, let's skip ahead to when we get a little closer. Alright, let's pick up the action here then. So we're just approaching Mozdok. This is the river straight ahead that you can see in the chart, and we're looking for that sort of that man-made lake or pond or whatever, which is just down there. We'll descend out to 800 meters, should be just under 2,500 feet. We'll slow down to 500 kilometers an hour, and we'll get number 2 to hold as well. Position. Right, 500 kph is good. So this is the man-made lake over here, or a series of ponds, I guess. A reservoir down to 800 meters. Just looking good. Just keep that there. Have a look at the VSI. Now we're looking for 296 inbound. All right, let's turn 296 inbound, 800 meters. Don't know if the ILS will get picked up or not. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, let's see. 6 kilometers away. Let's see if the ILS gets picked up. I don't know, sometimes it doesn't work very well in these planes. Just maintain 800 still. Alright, start slowing it down. There's the runway. It's 296. I can start the descent. Get the air brakes out for a sec. Let's get the lights on. Lights should be on. Get the air brakes in. Let's get the gear down. Let's get the first stage of flaps. Should get the air brakes out again just to get us stable on the speed. I would actually love to know the proper procedures for Su-25s, because let's get flaps full landing, get rid of the air brake, because there isn't really that much good material, and although I am Russian, I don't actually know anyone who's flown Su-25s. I know somebody that flew an Su-27 that could probably get in touch and find out some stuff if I really wanted to about procedures and landing and whatever, but I do not know anybody who's flown Su-25s, so I can't really ask what the proper landing speeds and how you calculate it, or like, is there a particular alpha? Because I haven't really found anything, so if anybody lets me know, that would be amazing. I know it's like 250-ish kilometers an hour, and it should be faster depending on the loadout, but you know, like, I don't always know. ETC 1 inbound.
Ассистент, 102, возврат. 102. Ассистент, следуйте курсом 083. Удаление 1.3. Давление 746,52. Посадочный 2.6. Занимайте высоту круга. 102. Работайте с посадкой.
Ага.
102. Ассистент, проверьте выпуск шасси. Ветер у земли 2,5,6. Скорость 4 метра в секунду. Посадочный 2,6.
Right, 250 to 280-ish, or 270 kilometers an hour feels about right. He's cleared us to land, gear is down, all the flaps are down, landing, well, there's no landing light in this plane, but there's navigation lights, they're on. Alright, take it in. There we go, just keep the nose up. Get a bit of aerodynamic braking on the go, as much as we can. There's something about the SU-25 and how it rolls on the ground and how it feels. It just feels like this is exactly the way the real thing would. Looking at all the videos and yeah, it's freaking ace. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan, even though I obviously am much more of a fighter jet person, but nonetheless.
102. Заруливайте на стоянку.
Shilka waiting for us. Alright, let's clean this puppy up. So, flaps are coming up. Air brakes are retracted. Good. Some SU-24s over there. It's a shame there's no landing light. I did have a look. I don't think there is a landing light in this, just because it's not a full fidelity module. I'd imagine the real thing does have one. Look at that new BTR model. MI8 getting some fuel. Russian Tiger. We've got a diesel wagon thingy that they put into the game, which just looks cool. Soviet as hell. Come on, where's the sunshine? This place looks like Scotland. Alright, let's taxi into our spot here. Alright, there we are. Alright folks, this is it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed it. I thought I'll just put up this little video just whilst I'm working on the Mirage 2000 demo, which I know I said I'm working on that in the previous video and then the previous one before that, but it's been taking a freaking age to get it right because it's so complex and trying to nail it and, you know, trying to get all the maneuvers correct, etc. Because I want to make it good, you know, I want to make the video like as true to real as I possibly can. So whilst I'm doing that, I thought I would, you know, do something, just a little something to keep you guys going. Thank you very much to the person that suggested the Darial Gorge to me. I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was exactly, but it's been freaking awesome. Really enjoyed it. If you guys know of any other really cool low-level routes in DCS, please let me know, because I would love to see something to beat this, but I'm pretty sure this is like the bee's knees. This is the best. So anyway, that's it from me. Please smash the living daylight out of the like button if you could, and hopefully subscribe for future videos, and I will catch you then. Adios.